Hello, I am Radagast with Global Mission to Peace, and I'm here with my co-host Shelley with a special edition. We won't even call this is not a mystic view. This is a complete special edition to speak of Global Mission of Peace's Symposium that is just about to enter its 16th month. And the reason we're doing this is the way the symposium originally formed was, almost, obviously over a year ago. We had we wanted people to come forward with humanitarian projects that could be funded. And so we created a group and we decided we needed to stay together to inspire each other, stay focused, and it has worked out enormously. We've ended up putting together a lot of working groups. There's a grandmother's group. We had volunteers, and we would like to have it again, but it just seems that when it comes to volunteering, where there has been a shortage of people who want to volunteer. And, we're focusing on what it really means to be sovereign outside of the whole concept of losing the name and whatever. I'm talking about real God-derived sovereignty, the way it's almost defined in the United States original Constitution. It's with networking. We have working groups. As a matter of fact, from the symposium, we now developed the Global Mission to Peace TV. We also have a marketing group. We have an energy group that's one aspect of the energy. Probably the most focused part is new energy models. And then, of course, there's also the more ethereal energy, meditation, and things like that. I'm looking at my list here. So basically, this has become far more than about funding. As a matter of fact, in certain ways, one could say that putting some kind of monetary thing in the middle has not always had the best effect. Largely, if we go back in time when there was more freedom, more sovereignty, if we look at what seems to be coming out of what is considered hidden or forbidden archaeology, we see that there were golden ages, there were high technologies, there were people were happy, music was and arts were a big central part of life, and part of how all of that was diminished or even taken, or given more, the really correct term was given up, is that money became central. It became absolutely, you didn't need money to exist probably even hundreds of years ago. And there's still, you have tribes in the Amazon who have been around for a very long time, and the Aboriginals of Australia, they didn't have money. They had trade, they had barter, they didn't have money. And to live where they wanted to live was not about whether they had land ownership. Again, we have a history on this planet that wasn't based on money. We are currently in a historical period where it is about money, but to go to a better place and to start to mitigate some of the really very pernicious effects of money, is to realize that we need to create a new paradigm. There's new paradigm production, as I like to call it. And that involves us getting together, brainstorming, and creating groups locally. And so that's what the symposium is really about. That the symposium is in many ways a think tank, a new paradigm production think tank. Now, one of the reasons we had volunteers is because it's a $50 a month subscription. We have 8 meetings a month. We have them on Wednesdays, we have them on Thursdays, and because of different time zones, we do them from 3 p.m. Eastern time until 9 p.m. Eastern time. This allows people who work until 5 or 6 to still catch the evening part of it. And also if it was just free, you might have just so many people showing up. And all you have to do is read the comment section on YouTube to realize you don't want everybody showing up. We're looking for people who actually have their lives together. I mean, the average phone subscription is around about that. I remember I was paying $40 a month when I had Verizon, and there were some months I only used 12 minutes of it. Needless to say, I'm not your typical phone user. Matter of fact, even now I have one, and I probably don't spend more than 2 hours a month on it. And but anyway, so we're looking for people who understand responsibility to themselves, keeping their act together even in trying times, and are interested in becoming part of something that will be paradigm shifting, that already is shifting the paradigm. We do, Global Mission to Peace has a lot of future projections. And they're current, they're in their formative stage. The financial conditions in the world are changing, and in many ways for the better. In the short term, some of those changes might be worse for certain. Might be. That's again, not. It's an important conditional word there. But the thing is, through networking and staying together and being in touch with each other about what we can do, and possibly even where we might go. And where we might go, this is one of the reasons why people who don't have projects, but would really like to be involved with something. And again, when these projects are funding, they create opportunities for people who have the right skills and, most importantly, the right psychology to be a part of it. There's going to be a lot of effort to create a new structure alongside the decaying structure. And so there might be a lot of people out there go, oh, I wish there was something better I could do, or even are thinking of relocating. And by coming into Symposium, you can find out who's where. Maybe they're about to do a project in a place that you would like to think about relocating to, in which case then you have a place to network with somebody, maybe even find a place to stay. So we want to reach out. And there's a cbcglobaleducation.com. That's where we have the portal where you can find under workshops, you would find the Symposium. It's under, it's a PayPal thing. It's $50 for a month, and wherever you start, is a month. It's not like you have to start at the beginning of the month. You can come in anytime, and you can be guaranteed of 8 meetings. And so this is just, there has to be somebody out there who would like to come in and find what we're doing. And even if you come in for 1 month, you go, oh, this is not for me. Again, it's, people go out and spend more than that for a meal and then leave it in the sewage system the next day. So this is not an investment that is necessarily a throwaway. And again, you're supporting an infrastructure to build a new paradigm. And well, Shelley, you're a member of the Symposium, and you didn't come in with the project initially.
I came in to support my brother, but I like that I'm coming into the conversation at this point, because as you had spoken earlier about even the Aboriginals who never needed money, what they had wasn't a form of commerce, it was family. And that's what we always say about our symposium, is that we're family. Yes. So I came in to support my brother's project, a really wonderful humanitarian project, but I stayed for the people. I fell in love with everybody in the family at Symposium. And there's one thing that we all agree on, is that we are the ones we've been waiting for. And so let's quit waiting. What do we wait? We can stop waiting already and do. When we're doing our mystic views, we're always encouraging people, okay, so what step can you take today? And so Symposium is a gathering of like-minded people where if you have a great idea, humanitarian project, or just something really simple that you see would help your community, you can come on to Symposium, and you have got all kinds of like-minded people who want to participate, help. It's a think tank, share ideas, and we have some support groups, the grandmothers being one of them.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the family, because that's what we do refer to ourselves as a family. We're about 50 active members, and we do support each other. I mean, in every means of the word support. We have gotten each other through, I mean, generally sometimes you have somebody who might be meeting some life challenges, and whether it's psychological support, financial support, or whatever, people get support. And so we just want to build the family, the outreach, to be able to, I mean, this is a global mission of peace. So obviously it's conducted in English, but we do have people from Spain, from Bulgaria,
Yeah.
and they have enough English to participate. So this is
Somebody from Sweden.
right. We have somebody from Sweden. And
Norway. Sorry, carry on.
Norway, please, by all means, please interrupt my monologue. So again, cbcglobaleducation.com. That's where you would be able to sign up for your subscription. And I just really hope you consider, we really would like to have more people join our family. And just so you might want to know, like, kind of the mindset, almost anybody there can talk about ascended masters, UFOs, the cabal, the Illuminati, go on and on. Everybody's been down the rabbit hole, but we've all kind of brushed the rabbit shit off now. And now we want to know what we're going to do with all those investigations. This is for people who are tired of the end. We all still conduct those investigations, but it's like, I know enough. I'm ready to do something. So if you feel that you have had enough information and don't need another tale of what the cabal has done, and want to find out what we're going to do, because that's really when we see, what has the cabal done lately? Well, they've been busy. Are we busy?
Right.
We're busy at the symposium, and we need more people to get this off the ground and create the psychology, because the main tool of the global controllers, that's what I really want to call them, is psychological. The mainstream news is a psyop out and out, from twisting of information, to not covering important information, to slanting it, to bringing on talking heads, to changing the conversation. Hillary Clinton has all these kind of security breaches and has been caught not being truthful. And what do they make it about that? No, they make it about Donald Trump. So, it's like the real issues don't get discussed. That is a psychological operation, or psyop for short. So the real battleground, so to speak, is the psychological one. And so in the symposium is where we kind of come into that, and we realize that this is about ideas, this is about strategies, and not about, the UFO. Not about the distractions. Are you accessing 6-dimensional awareness? We still are working on 3rd-dimensional awareness and bringing in the 4th-dimensional. Mm-hmm. And if you've seen any Mystic Views, Shelley and I are always going, whether it's Dan Winter, we've discussed things like Anunnaki and Bigfoot. But these are discussions for reaching out and letting you know about Global Mission to Peace TV. We're using some of the memes that people seem to always seek. But now that they found us, we'd like to say, can we not discuss Bigfoot? Because as great as Bigfoot is, Bigfoot is not in part of the new paradigm as far as what we're going to do to build a new paradigm. Once we have a new paradigm built, maybe we can start working with Bigfoot. So
It's
anyway,
about implementing as well. It's about taking steps and not just talking about it.
yeah.
The talking about it is really useful because we share a lot of ideas and build off of each other because we're all inspired to bring out the best in each other. And really, I think that's the beauty of just allowing the conversation to flow. I mean, some of us are on there for hours and hours, and some only pop in for half an hour on our lunch break or something. But we always go away with something more because we're inspired to be our best. We're inspired to hold that bar for everybody and to help them reach that and become even more. But it's about taking action, you know, implementing what we have discussed. It's not, oh, it's a great idea, and then it hits the back burner. It's time for us to implement and put to action.
Yes, and that's why we call ourselves, call ourselves a think tank, because a think tank is about strategy. When you look at all the Washington think tanks, they're strategizing. Pretty dark strategy, but it's strategizing nonetheless. So we have to meet strategy with strategy. And of course, we would be remiss not to bring up the ambassador. You may have heard of the ambassador. He's also known as the ambassador of the Red Dragon family. That has a certain amount of, oh, for certain people, it's like, oh, that thing. You know, it's, when you come into the symposium, you get to meet the ambassador for real. You get to see his heart. You get to see his strategy. You get to see his dedication to the mission for humanity to build a better world. And he pays us visits at least on one of the, you know, of the 2 meetings we have a week. He's there for one of them, and sometimes for both of them. And it isn't just a dialogue. There's also Q&A. And so if you're and he does give us insights that you will not get from, well, certainly not from the news. And it's also free of the sensationalizing that a lot of the alternative reporters use to get you to pay attention to them. This is kind of like just straight, useful information about what's happening. He used to work in security services, and he's kind of getting back involved. So there's intel. And very often, even when that intel is shared, it's like, let's keep it in the family. So there are things that you will get in a symposium that the ambassador might not share. Occasionally, he'll come in and talk with us a Mystic View. He'll go on the Circle Show, but that is for public consumption. When in our more private meetings, we get different briefings. So anyway, I hope you will consider joining Global Mission to Peace's Symposium. We call it the Wednesday meeting, we call it Symposium. The Thursday meeting, we call it Gathering, but it's the Symposium. cbcglobaleducation.com. Thank you for listening to this special edition of Global Mission to Peace TV with me, Radagast, and Shelley. God bless you all. Let us work together, strategize together, and create a new paradigm and a better world for us all. Thank you.